Numerical expressions have numbers and mathematical operations. The mathematical operations, remember, are addition, subtraction, multiplication, little dot means multiply, and division. Here's an example of a numerical expression. 7 minus 2 times 3. Okay, this is a numerical expression. It has the numbers 7, 2, and 3, and it has the operations subtraction and multiplication. Now the question is, how would you simplify this? Would you subtract 7 and 2 first, or would you multiply 2 and 3 first? Well, that brings us to the order of operations. So I'll write that up here, order of operations. Okay, so in the order of operations, this is the order of operations that everyone uses. It's not just me showing you this. Every textbook, every course in math will always teach the same order of operations. So the first thing you do is you simplify inside the parentheses. So I'm going to put parentheses. Okay. In this expression, there are no parentheses, but we'll go over some of those in a little bit. But that's always the first thing you look for in an expression. So I'll put that as number 1. Simplify inside parentheses first. Okay. The second thing you do, number 2, is you simplify any exponents if they have them. This expression I wrote right here has no exponents, but we will go over some of those as well. Okay, the next thing you look for is multiplication. Multiply or divide from left to right. I'll write that out. From left to right. Okay? So this expression actually has multiplication in it right here. But we have a subtraction sign. That's the next order of operations. Okay? The next thing you do is you subtract or add from left to right. Okay, so these are the order of operations. I'm going to go over a few examples of how to use them. Okay, so in this expression right here, it has, like I said, subtraction. It has multiplication right here. And we go through the order of operations. Number 1, simplify parentheses. Well, it doesn't have any parentheses. So we're going to go on to number 2, which is exponents. Are there any exponents? No, there are no exponents. Okay, number 3 says multiply or divide from left to right. Okay, well, I only see multiplication. Okay, and the order of operations tells us to multiply before you subtract. See how subtraction and addition are in the last step here? So I know that we're going to multiply first. So let's go ahead over to this expression right here and multiply 2 and 3. So that equals 7 minus 6. Okay? And then it says to subtract or add from left to right. So we have subtraction. So 7 minus 6 is 1. Okay, and that's the answer, 1. Some people make the mistake of subtracting first, just because it's so tempting to. It's so tempting to subtract 7 and 2, which is 5, and then multiply by 3, which is 15. But obviously 15 is not equal to 1. This is the incorrect way to do that. Okay, the multiplication comes before subtraction. Let's look at another expression. I'm going to erase this. I'm getting to learn this writing tool here, so bear with me. Okay, I'm going to come up with another expression. Okay, how about this? Parentheses 10 minus 3 to the third power plus 14 in there, minus 7. Okay? So this is an expression, and it's going to simplify to be a single number. And the only way we can get the right answer is to use the order of operations. Okay, so number 1, you always start at number 1. Simplify in the parentheses. Okay, so that's right here. So 10 minus 3 is 7. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite the whole expression, only I'm going to put 7 in place of 10 minus 3. So I'm going to put 7 here. Now I could put the parentheses around 7, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to write 7 cubed. We don't need the parentheses. Plus 14. Take away 7. Okay. So now the next step is to simplify exponents. Well, here it is. We need to figure out what 7 to the third power is. Okay. Well, remember that 7 to the third is 7 times 7 times 7. That's what to the third power means. It means multiplying 7 by itself 3 times. Okay, so let's do this. Let's multiply 7 and 7. So 7 times 7 is 49. And then we have this times 7 right here. Okay, that just gets carried down there. So now the question is, what's 7 times 49? Well, I'm going to go ahead and do this without a calculator. We'll be real brave and just do this without any help. 49 on top, I'm going to put 7 on the bottom. We're going to multiply. Oop, it's a little sloppy there. Let me fix that up a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I did it. Okay, there we go. So 49 times, oops, got to hit that again. 49 times, let's see here. I'm just going to start this over. There we go. Okay, so we're going to multiply 49 and 7. Okay. So, and this is going to be multiply. I'm going to use the other multiplication symbol here. So 7 times 9 is 63. So I don't write 63 there. What I do is I write the number in the ones unit, which is 3. So I'm going to put 3 here, and then I carry the 6 up here. Okay. And then what's 7 times 4? Well, that's 28. But I don't write 28. I have to add the 6 to 28. So that's 34. So 7 times 4 is 28, plus 6 is 34. So I'm going to put that 34 there. And there you have it. Okay, 7 to the third power is 343. So let's go back up here. So in place of 7 cubed, I'm going to write 343 plus 14, take away 7. Okay, and now we don't have any more parentheses, we don't have exponents, we don't have any multiplication or division, but we do have adding and subtracting. Okay, now here it says from left to right, so basically you do what comes first. So here we have addition and we have subtraction. So from left to right I have 343 plus 14. So the plus comes first because when I move from left to right it comes before the subtraction sign. So I'm going to add 343 and 14. So I'm going to do that over here without a calculator. 343 plus 14. Okay. So 3 plus 4 is 7. 4 plus 1 is 5. And I'm going to carry down the 3. So it's 357. So 343 plus 14 is 357. Oops. Let me erase that real quick. There we go. Okay. So let me hit that again. Okay, so 357 take away 7 is 350. And that is the answer. Okay, let's do one that has division in it. I'm going to erase all this, but leave the order of operations up. 15 divided by 3 over, now that's a fraction bar, which we'll later treat as division, divided by 2 plus 3. Okay, so let's go through the order of operations. 1, are there any parentheses? No, there are not. 2, are there any exponents? No, there are no exponents. 3, it says multiply or divide from left to right. Okay, so when we go left to right, we have 15 divided by 3 at the top, but we have 2 plus 3 on the bottom. Okay, but that's going to be in the next step. So I'm going to put an equal sign here because this is what it equals. So 15 divided by 3 is 5. Okay, got to make sure you know your division facts. And 2 plus 3 is the next thing we can do because we already did the division. So 2 plus 3 is 5. Okay, and we're almost done. Now we can divide 5 by 5 because a fraction bar does indicate division. Any number divided by itself is 1. Okay, so this whole fraction ends up equaling 1. So that's it for the order of operations. Remember, practice makes perfect.